Welcome to Aptitude for Placements, and my name is Ranjit. I have conducted this aptitude training program at various engineering colleges all over India, and every year thousands of students get placed by attending this aptitude training program. Here you will find all the questions that are commonly encountered in most of the aptitude tests. These are the questions that keep on repeating in many of these tests. So just familiarize yourself with all these questions and you will have a clear advantage when you attempt your actual placement test. Let's start. Chicory that costs rupees 40 per kilogram is mixed with coffee that costs rupees 60 per kilogram in the ratio 1:4. Find the price of the mixture per kilogram. Now such questions can be done using the mixtures and alligations formula. So first we'll just represent all this data here. So you have that is something that is very cheap. Cheap one costs rupees 40 per kilo, and you have something that is very expensive. Expensive one costs rupees 60 per kilo. They are mixed in the ratio 1:4. Then what will be the mean price or the mixture price? Now this can be done using the mixtures and alligations formula. Formula is like this: quantity of the cheap one to quantity of the expensive one. This ratio is given as price of the expensive one minus mean price divided by mean price minus price of the cheap one. So just substituting into this formula, we'll get the mean price. The cheap one is to expensive one. They are mixed in the ratio 1:4. So this ratio is 1:4. Now we'll substitute these values. Price of the expensive one is 60 minus mean price, I'll just take it as M, divided by mean price minus price of the cheap one is 40. So we'll just cross multiply and find out the value of M. That is the mean price or the mixture price. So you'll get M minus 40 is equal to 4 times this. So 4 into 6 is 24 into 10 240 minus 4M. I'll just bring to this side. So 5M is equal to 240 plus this 40, 280. So M you will get it as 280 by 5. That you will get it as rupees 56. So the mean price or the mixture price will be rupees 56. So find the price of the mixture, that will be rupees 56, option C. Find the ratio in which salt costing rupees 24 per kilogram and salt costing rupees 42 per kilogram be mixed, so that by selling the mixture at rupees 36 per kilogram you get a profit of 20%. So first we'll find out the mixture price. So mixture price, I'll just write it as M. That is the cost price of the mixture. And by selling it at rupees 36, you must get a profit of 20%. Now M is the cost price of the mixture. And to get a 20% profit, you have to increase this value by 20% and sell it. Now to increase a value by 20%, you have to multiply by 120 by 100. So this is how you increase a value by 20%. And if you sell it at this price, there will be a 20% profit, and that selling price is rupees 36. So we'll calculate the mean price such that by selling it at rupees 36, you are getting a 20% profit. I will cancel the zeros. 12 divides 3 times. So you will get mean price to be 10 into 3 is equal to 30. So the mean price or the mixture price should be 30. So in what ratio should they be mixed? So we'll just write down the data here. Now the cheap one is rupees 24 and the expensive one is rupees 42. So in what ratio should they be mixed so that you will get a mean price of rupees 30? So we'll just substitute into the mixtures and alligations formula. Formula is like this: quantity of the cheap one to quantity of the expensive one. This ratio is given as price of the expensive one minus mean price divided by mean price minus price of the cheap one. So substituting into the formula, you will get the ratio in which they should be mixed. So quantity of the cheap one to quantity of the expensive one. That ratio is given as price of the expensive one 42 minus mean price. Mean price should be 30 divided by 30 minus price of the cheap one 24. So 42 minus 30 gives you 12. 30 minus 24 is 6. 12 by 6 is same as 2 is to 1. So they should be mixed in the ratio 2 is to 1. Then the mean price will be 30, and if the mean price is 30, if you are selling it at 36, there will be a 20% profit. So they should be mixed in the ratio 2 is to 1. So option A, 2 is to 1. Find the ratio in which wheat costing rupees 20 per kilogram and wheat costing rupees 60 per kilogram be mixed, so that by selling the mixture at rupees 55 per kilogram, you get a profit of 10%. So the selling price is rupees 55, and by selling it at rupees 55, you must get a 10% profit. So we will assume that the mean price or the mixture price is M, and by selling it at 55, you have to get a 10% profit. To get a 10% profit, you have to increase this value by 10%. To increase it by 10%, you have to multiply by 110 by 100. That is how you increase a value by 10%. And if you sell it at that price, you will get a 10% profit, and that selling price is rupees 55. So from this, we will calculate the mean price. I will cancel out the zeros. 11 divides 5 times. So M, you will get it as 10 into 5 is 50. So the mean price or the mixture price is rupees 50. So in what ratio should you mix them such that the mixture price is rupees 50? So we'll just write down the data here. Now you have a cheap one. Cheap one costs rupees 20 and the expensive one costs rupees 60. And the mean price should be rupees 50. So in what ratio should you mix them? Now the mixtures and allocations formula is like this. That is quantity of the cheap one to quantity of the expensive one. This ratio, this is what we need to find out. This is given as price of the expensive one minus mean price divided by mean price minus price of the cheap one. So just substituting into this equation, you will get the ratio in which they should be mixed, so that the mean price or mixture price will be rupees 50. So quantity of the cheap one to quantity of the expensive one. This ratio is obtained as price of the expensive one 60 minus mean price 50 divided by 50 minus price of the cheap one 20. So 60 minus 50, 10 is to 50 minus 20 is 30. So that should be in the ratio 1 is to 3. So the cheap one and the expensive one should be mixed in the ratio 1 is to 3. Then the mean price will be 50, and by selling it at rupees 55, you will get a 10% profit. So the required ratio is 1 is to 3. So option D. A mixture of a certain quantity of milk with 16 liters of water is worth rupees 3 per liter. So you are mixing water and milk. Now water is the cheap one and milk is the expensive one, and that solution is worth rupees 3 per liter. So the mean price or the mixture price is rupees 3. If pure milk costs rupees 7, so price of the milk is 7. Now price of water is not given. Now when the price of water is not given, you have to assume that it is rupees 0. How much milk is there in the mixture? That is, amount of water is 16. So how much milk is there? So if we know the ratio of water to milk, using that ratio, then we can find out the amount of milk if there is 16 liters of water. So we'll substitute into the mixtures and allocations formula. Quantity of the cheaper one to quantity of the expensive one. This ratio is given as price of the expensive one, that is milk is 7, minus mean price is 3, divided by mean price minus price of the cheap one is 0. So water to milk, this ratio is given as 7 minus 3 is 4, divided by 3 minus 0 is 3. So water and milk should be mixed in the ratio 4:3. Now there is 16 liters of water. Water is 16. So we'll multiply both sides by 4. So water is 16. So 4 into 4, if water is 16, amount of milk will be 3 into 4, 12. So how much milk is there? 12 liters of milk is there. So option B, 12 liters. A mixture of a certain quantity of milk with 32 liters of water is worth rupees 1.5 per liter. So amount of water is 32 liters. If pure milk costs rupees 4.5 per liter, how much milk is there in the mixture? So you're forming a solution which consists of water and milk. And pure milk costs rupees 4.5 per liter. Now price of water is not given. When the price of water is not given, you have to assume that it is rupees 0 per liter. And the mixture price or mean price is 1.5 rupees per liter. So we'll find out the ratio in which they have been mixed, so that the mean price or mixture price is 1.5 rupees per liter. So we'll just substitute into the mixtures and alligations formula, that is quantity of water to quantity of milk. This ratio is given as price of the expensive one, that is 4.5, minus mean price 1.5, divided by mean price 1.5, minus price of the cheap one 0. So that is obtained as 4.5 minus 1.5, that is 3, is to 1.5. That is in the ratio 2:1. So water and milk are mixed in the ratio 2:1. Now quantity of water is 32 liters. How much milk is there? So this 2 should be converted to 32. So we'll multiply both sides by 16. So 2 into 16 gives you 32. So if the amount of water is 32, milk will be 1 into 16, 16 liters. So how much milk is there in the mixture? 16 liters of milk is there. Hence option A, 16 liters. Let me briefly explain how to prepare for your aptitude test. First of all, you need to familiarize yourself with all the questions that have been worked out here. These are the questions that keep on repeating in many of the aptitude tests. After that, you need to attempt practice tests. According to me, you need to attempt at least 10 practice tests before your actual placement test. Here, I will be giving you 10 practice tests, and these practice tests will be ideal for you to improve your test scores. The 10 practice tests are available at a cost of only rupees 200. So all that you need to do is make a payment of rupees 200, either through Google Pay or through PhonePe or through Paytm, and you will receive the 10 practice tests. The details of the payment comes next.